Hi guys! Hi, I'm Lynn Carpenter, personal trainer, fitness nutrition coach here in California, in beautiful San Diego actually. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you the basics of kettlebell, how to swing a kettlebell, proper form, all the things you need to know before you start getting into routines. And there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet, but I want you to learn the way I was taught. It's a great method, and it's something I've been doing since 2008, and it's a great way to just build, strength in your entire body. Your core strength is going to go through the roof if you continue training with these bells, and so is your overall strength in your body. I've done bodybuilding competitions in the past, and I was stuck at like 15 pounds, always 15 pounds curling, and maybe 15 pounds pressing, and flies, and all those things that just seemed so heavy. Although I had the muscle, I just didn't have the strength. And when I started training with kettlebells, my strength just went through the roof. I mean, it was just crazy. Now I'm lifting all kinds of heavy weight and stuff. I'm not bulking up. I don't look like a man, hopefully. I don't think I do. But I like the tone look, and this is me. It's all natural, okay? And it's what keeps me young, I hope. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. But, it's important for me to maintain this lifestyle, and I hope it's important for you too. So let's begin. So if you've never trained with a kettlebell, I'm going to be moving my computer back and forth here, my screen, so you can see me at different times. So this is a kettlebell, and this one happens to be 18 pounds. You can start, if you're a beginner and you've never swung one before, and you're not used to lifting more than 10 pounds over your head, then I would suggest that you use a 10 or 12 pound kettlebell. And then I want you to transition into a 15 or 18 pound kettlebell, because I don't want you to stay there forever. I want you to increase your strength and endurance, and the only way to do that is to increase the weights, okay? It's not going to make you bulk up. You're not going to look like a bodybuilder. You're going to get super toned and super strong. Okay, your abs are just going to be amazing, and you're just going to love it. Okay, so it's either it's kind of a love-or-hate relationship. Kettlebells are they're tough. It's strenuous, and sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I can't make it through this. But you know what? Once you get through it, it gives you great results. Trust me on it. Just keep working with it. Okay, and keep working with me, please. All right. So. Basics. What we're going to do is, I always start with a warm-up set, and there's 4 exercises that I want you to do. This is what was taught to me, that I'm going to teach to you, because it's very effective. So we're going to hold the ball up like this, holding the handles. We're going to go around the head. This is called a halo. I want you to do 10. I'm just going to do 5 just for demonstration. Go clockwise. Then we're going to go counterclockwise, just like this. Core is nice and tight. My legs are slightly bent. Okay? Once you've got through 10 each direction, now we're going to go into what's called a Sling Shot. So I'm going in slow motion so you can see me. I'm grabbing that kettlebell from corner to corner, really reaching back there, okay? Now also look what's going on with my base, with my body. It's not moving, right? I'm not standing up straight. My legs are slightly bent. My core is tight, but I'm not hula hooping. So I want to see that. Keep it tight, okay? 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. And again, I'm just going to do 5 just for video. All right, now stop with it behind you, and we're going to do what's called a good morning stretch. So it's down and up. Your back is flat. Your legs are locked. I'm getting that nice stretch in my hamstring and glutes, and I want you to do 10 of those. Keep your head up. If you're looking down, you might get an arch to your back. No arching. We're all in kettlebell. Everything is in perfect plane. Flat back. No arch. Okay? Next is the squat, and this is where all the magic happens. All right. So it's really good that you get this movement down. And this is the one that can be very challenging for a lot of people. And it's a basic squat. this part isn't as bad or isn't as difficult as when we get into the swing. But this is where we need to start. So on a squat, we're going to set that kettlebell right between your feet, okay? I've got a good base, my toes are forward, my knees are forward, and I'm going to reach down and grab that kettlebell. I'm not going to be up here, and I'm not going to look at the ground. I know where the ground is. I'm going to keep my head up, my posture tight, and then I'm going to grab the kettlebell and stand, okay? Now notice how quick I come up. And what I'm doing, I'm over-exaggerating that because the weight's not that heavy, but when you do get into heavy weights, you're going to have to move fast to get that weight, to get your body up. And to prevent any damage to your back or pain in your back, you want to make sure the back doesn't take over. You want your all the power to come from your hips and legs. So I'm coming straight up, but I'm not doing this, okay? I don't want to see that. Okay, that's going to get your back. I'm just straight up. My arms are straight. I'm not pulling it up. I'm keeping it here. Pop. Okay, power squat. And that's it. Okay, so that's the basics there. And you're going to warm up. You're going to do that. I would recommend doing it a couple times. So you run through the halo, the sling shot, the squat, and the good morning stretch. Okay, just to get your body all loosened up. All right, so we're going to move on. I'm going to move my camera here. First thing again, well, we already kind of went over the squat. Let's do it again. So what I want you to do is give me that. Put the kettlebell between your heels, between your feet, and we're going to work on that squat. We're going to do it 5 times. Head up, pop, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set it down. Rest 5 seconds. Pick it up again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Stand. If you notice when I'm setting it down, I'm not doing this. I'm maintaining my posture when I go down. Just like if you were to carry a heavy box, everyone's been told, use your legs to pick it up. You're going to use your legs to set it down too, okay? Very important that you remember that. So I want you to run through that routine. So I want you to do 5 reps, rest 5 seconds, and continue, and do that for 1 minute. Then I want you to do it 2 more times, okay? Because I really want you to get that down. Next, what we're going to do is a swing. We're going to do a double hand hold swing. So I'm holding here. So now things are going to happen a little differently with my body. Not much. I'm not going to get down as deep, but I'm still going to get in that squat. Move the camera again. Okay, so just watch for a second. Going in and pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I didn't get down as deep this time because you don't need to when you're doing the swing. What you're doing is getting that pendulum effect going on with your body. So you want that swing going on, that movement. So I always tell my clients, think of it, butt out and push, butt out and push. Okay, it's not here, it's not scooping, it's here. Power, push. Okay, basic. Hopefully that's easy for you. If not, practice it till you get that. Okay. All right. So we're going to run through that. I want you to do 5 repetitions, 5-second rest, repeat for 1 minute, and run through that 2 or 3 times. Okay, so I really want you to get that down. And then the next one we're going to go into one-arm swings. And what happens, there's a couple more things that happen with the one-arm swing. Now I'm still keeping that pendulum effect going on with my body. I'm not getting low in that squat yet. Here you're going to just maintain this posture. Okay, so a couple things are going on with my body. One, if you notice, the arm that's not swinging the kettlebell, it's going behind me, okay? Because I want that plane going on with my body. If I'm like this, I'm going to rotate naturally towards that hip. And everyone does it. I see so many clients doing this and I'm like, get that arm off your hip. All right, so the arm's gonna go behind you. Get that plane going. Knees are forward, toes are forward. Give me this motion right here, just like that. Even if you have to just practice this part and then let the arms go back or one arm back, practice that. Once you get that kettlebell going, it's gonna come naturally for you, okay? So we're gonna swing it 5 times. 5, and then I'm gonna switch it to the other arm. That's called a swing switch. 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna set it down. What's going on with this arm that's swinging and this arm that's swinging? So when I go between my legs, my thumb is gonna lead. When I come up, my fist is gonna be in this position. I rotate it down from here, rotate it thumb in, here, flat, okay? Watch my hands here if you can. Rotate it, flat, 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 flat. And then I'm gonna swing it, switch it in the air. And that's how you switch from arm to arm. Set it down. Okay, you don't want to grab that kettlebell when it's going down here, because what's going to happen, you're going to look like that cartoon character when you reach between your legs and you just keep going between the legs. So, so envision that, but you don't want that to happen. No, but what's going to happen is you're going to hurt your back. So always, always use your legs. Always use your hips, okay? So again, we're going to run through that. 5 reps, 5-second rest, 1 minute. Give me 2 or 3 times to sets of those. Run through it 2 or 3 times. All right, I moved my paper a couple times here. So we're going to take it to the ground now. And I'll show you a couple of ab exercises. And hopefully you can see me pretty well. Move it here. One day I'll have a professional camera. Someone working it for me. So what we're going to do is a partial Turkish Get Up, and we're going to use a shoe. And this was the most effective method that's ever taught to me from my instructor. And yeah, so let's go. So we're going to start with the weak arm first. As usual, you're always starting with the weakest arm. And I don't remember if I told you or not, when we are using kettlebells, whatever the weakest arm can do, let's say your left arm's pretty weak and you can only lift 10 pounds, and you know your right arm's pretty strong and you can do 15, but we want to go by what your weak arm can do. So we want to keep it even, and until the weak arm catches up to the strong arm, and it will. Trust me, it will. It'll get easier, and it's just the best method. Okay, so instead of using a kettlebell, we're going to use our shoe. So we're going to practice this motion. I think you can see me from there. What I'm going to do is put my hand into a fist and put that shoe on top of my fist. Because my left arm's in the air, my left leg is bent, my right leg is straight, my right arm is kind of out to the side a little bit, not all the way out here, but kind of down a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is focus on my shoe, because I don't want that to fall on my face, right? So I'm going to come up slowly here. Oh, by the way, this is called a lock and load position. So this arm is completely locked out. I'm not bending it. I'm completely locked out. So when you have that kettlebell in that hand, trust me, you're going to want it locked out to strengthen that shoulder. So we're going to come up on that right, whoops, let's try that again. That was bad. All right, so we're going to come up on that right elbow here, like that. And then we're going to extend up to my hand, back down to the elbow, and control the roll down to the ground to my shoulder, my left shoulder. Then I'm going to pop right back up, like this, and down. So then I dropped it. Okay, so I'm not good at balancing, but I'm really good with the kettlebell. So let's try that. All right, let me just show you. So I've got that angle. I want my palm towards me. My arm is locked out. I'm going to drive it to the ceiling. My eyes are on that kettlebell the whole time. I'm going to press it up here, up to my hand, come right back down to my elbow, back down to my shoulder, pop it up again, elbow, shoulder. Try to show you one more time. Elbow, hand, elbow, back and shoulder, okay? When you transition to the other arm, kind of swing it around your head. Bring it to the other arm, like this. You can see me, lock and load, and then begin into the other side, okay? We'll run through that quickly. So elbow to hand, elbow, back and shoulder. Elbow, hand, elbow, back and shoulder. Okay, what I don't want to see is this. I don't want to see you plop down. I want you to get through each little step and really work that core as you get to the ground, okay? I also, what may happen too is, depending on your ab strength, this leg may come up because you're trying to really force your body up there, and that's okay. It's going to happen, but eventually those abs are going to get strong and your form will get better, okay? Next, we're going to do a kettlebell, just a crunch. It's not a full sit-up. So what we're going to do is bring that bell behind your head. Let's go down a little bit. So you always start with the bell on the ground like that, sitting up. We're going to pull it forward just to your thighs. And make sure you breathe out. Okay, give me 5 to 10 of those. So you notice I'm coming up really fast because that kettlebell's heavy. I want that to get up over my head quick. And especially when you start moving into bigger kettlebells, you want to not pull that over your head slowly, okay? You don't want to hit your head, for one. And again, it's an explosive move, so we're moving very fast in that movement. I'm targeting that upper ab area, hitting it hard, really working on those muscles, okay? So the next one is called the Russian twist. Before you start, I want you to scoop your hips, and that's your starting position. Kettlebell's here, not out here. Bring it in tight, and we're gonna twist. So you can either do it with your feet on the ground or feet in the air. And the count goes like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go to 10 if you feel like you can make it to 10, okay? And then come up. Very good. I hope you guys were able to follow me. So again, you can do 5 reps of everything or bump it up to 10 if you feel like you can do more than 5. But I always go to 10. Let's just keep it even number, or not really necessarily even numbers, but let's keep it at either 5 or 10 repetitions on everything that you're doing with these exercises. Okay, so a couple more things I'm going to show you. Again, bring this down a little bit. I forgot, we're going to get down low again. We're going to do what's called a goblet squat. And this is the way I was taught, and this is the way I want to show you. So we're holding the kettlebell here. My elbows are on my knees, just like this. Okay, my hips are down. I'm not up here. Here. When I go to execute this exercise, I'm going to push it out and drop my hips and come right back up. Okay, so you're like, whoa, what was that? So slow motion. My arms go out, my hips drop at the same time, and then I pop right back to that starting position, okay? You can stand if you want, or make it more challenging, stay down here, okay? Well, actually they're both kind of challenging, so you can do either one. But this is the start of it. Here, here, up, here, here, up. And let's do the kettlebell. I'll do 5. Okay, ready? So here, elbows to knees. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Last one. Good. Set it down. So, depending on how strong you are in the legs, that's going to determine on how fast you're going to be able to get up out of that position. And also, if you're pretty tight in your hips, I have a lot of clients that are kind of stuck here. You know, they're like, I just can't drop the hips. And it's just something that's going to happen over time through stretching and with working with kettlebells. You know, it was a little tough for me to kind of get down in that deep squat in the beginning. It wasn't natural. And now I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. Although I do have tightness in my hips, but they're in a different area. But that angle I can do. So, sorry, I'm kind of out of breath. Wonder why these kettlebells are heavy. But yeah, so it's just one of those things you have to keep doing. You have to keep working on it and make it repetitive, okay, so that you can master all the basic little moves. All right, so let's come up. I got 2 more exercises for you and then we're done. Okay, and then I want you to run through this on your own. I hope you're taking notes. If not, you can just rewind and get the notepad out, make your notes, okay? So the next one is a clean. And on this one, this is the only one pretty much, other than the Goblet Squat that we just did, where there's not a swing involved. So with a clean, what we're doing is we generally, you can start with it on the ground or we're just holding it. We're gonna pop it up here, like this. You see people at the gym doing it a little differently. I'm not even gonna show you, I don't want you to do it. But I just want you to focus on this, okay? We're gonna pull it in. So you notice what I'm doing with my arm is I'm pulling it in here. And this is called a rack position. I'm not holding the kettlebell here. That's gonna tweak my shoulder. I'm not down here. I'm holding it in tight, right on top of my chest, kind of like the Pledge of Allegiance, more or less. And then what's happening here is I'm just pulling it up, and I refer this to as pulling it out of the bag, okay? I'm pulling it out and pulling it up. And I'm also using my legs to pop that weight up, because if I don't use my legs, I'm gonna be like strong arming it, trying to curl that 18-pound kettlebell. And it's not really what's going on, even though you are getting a bicep workout with it, but you want your whole body involved. And that's the premise of kettlebell training, is it's a total body movement. So we want the whole body involved, even though this arm is the main focus, okay? So let's run through that, starting with my weak arm first. We're gonna pop it up. 1, 2, I'm gonna turn. 3, 4, 5, I'm gonna swing switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set it down. So there's your 5 reps, rest 5 seconds, do it again 5 reps, rest 5 seconds for a whole minute. Now, also too, a good thing to do, a good rule of thumb, is to practice that with someone standing in front of you, because that's going to keep you from swinging that kettlebell out. So what happens if you do that? I'm swinging it out, pulling it in, it's going to jolt my body, and it's going to hit my bicep and give me a lovely little bruise that hurts really bad. So you don't want that bruise, okay? So you want to really control that kettlebell with your body. If you do end up hitting your arm, that's a cue. Uh-oh, I'm not controlling my core, my base. Okay, so get it back in line. All right, one more exercise to go with the power clean is the clean and press. So you'll see people at the gym with the bars, and they flip it and they press it. Well, this is what we're doing with the kettlebell. Essentially, we're doing one arm. So we're doing the clean and we're pressing. So if you notice, when I'm pressing, my palm is towards me, pushing straight up here. I'm not out here. I'm protecting my shoulder, keeping that bell in nice and tight in this frame of my body. You should be able to see some of that arm here. If you're out here, it's incorrect. Pull it in. We want to protect that shoulder, okay? Pop it up, down, clean. Press, down. If you feel like that weight's too heavy to press it, you can get it here, but you can't press it, do what's called a push press. Push it up, bring it down, down. So 1, 2, 3, I call it a 4 count, okay? So let's run through that real quick. We'll do 5 on each side. Ready? Power clean, clean and press. Press, press. You can open up your hands or you can make a fist. Really doesn't matter, it's your preference. One more. Swing switch. So let's say you're getting pretty tired and you feel like you can't push that weight up. We're gonna do power press, okay? Power press. It's not cheating. You're getting it up there. You're working that shoulder and bring it down. Good job. Awesome job. I'm so glad you guys are with me today. I hope you were able to follow along. It's a lot of information, I know. Play this video back a few times. Take notes. If you have any questions, please visit my website at www.mylyn.org, and my email is there. You can send me an email. If you have my phone number, you can text me. If you want my phone number, send me an email. I'll send you my phone number, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. I do have more videos coming in the series, so I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.